Hello, hello, how are you? This is JilliBling. Today's project is all about the bundle sketch butterflies. So the bundle includes a stamp set and the dies. Let me show you the samples. Here is the first one. Oh, before I show you these, what colors would you do your butterflies? And are you thinking, oh, orange? Probably wouldn't do blue. Let me show you where these butterfly ideas came from. Right here. Amazon. They sell these little butterflies. So, blue, green. Who would do a green and yellow butterfly? I would never think of that. And this one might be my favorite. This one. So today I want to do one in maybe peach pie and lemon lolly. So that's where I'm like, how do I come up with different color butterflies? But search in Google, butterfly colors, yeah. Okay, so here's a sample. This one I think is my favorite. And do you notice there's a stamp in the background? That is from the stamp set Courage and Faith. So we'll use sketch butterflies, Spotlight on Nature for the leaves. Notice some back behind here. And Courage and Faith for this little part right here. It's also on the inside. And then for dies, Nested Essential is for the black and white. Lifetime is for this little wreath. This one probably shows up best. And sketch butterflies, of course, to cut out the butterflies. Don't you love that when you don't have to cut them out? So these are the samples. So I'm going to do one more in peach pie, lemon lolly, and crumb cake. So as we start to assemble the card, I'll tell you the paper cut sizes. Then I'll hold up this paper with a sample so you could do a screenshot. Oh, these gems. Are you looking from there thinking, oh, they're brown and clear? Wait till you see how pretty they are. Can you see the detailed? I think they're called ribbon something. Pecan pie in clear, ribboned adhesive back dots. But I want to use these somehow. I've used the clear on a prior project. I think one of the Avid Stamper projects, but I just love these. So we'll use these. Here's the papers. We'll go through that in a minute. And Sketch Butterflies is in the annual catalog on page 68. And if you order in the month of June, you get an additional 10% off. That's a promotion they're having for June. So if ever you order a bundle, which is usually, not always, a stamp set and dies, you get 10% off. But in June, you get an additional 10% off, which is lovely. So there's that. Copper oxidized paper. So it comes with two different flavors. This one is Pretty Peacock, and this one they call just copper. It's beautiful. That's what we'll do the wreath out of. And then my latest new favorite is Nature's Sweetness designer paper. And that is where this paper comes from. And do you notice the little gold freckles? That's just part of the paper. It's a lot of fun. And I know there's at least two of you that really don't care too much for gold. For you, I set aside a version very similar to this, and it doesn't have any gold on it. So it could be good for silver. But beautiful paper. The whole package of paper is foiled. Oh, beautiful. I think the prior project we did with the Labeled with Love, I use this paper too. It's so pretty. Oh, yeah, we use this sheet right here. Right there. This is the prior video. Very pretty paper. And it was in a catalog before, and it made it through, carry over to this catalog. So happy. Okay, let's get started. So this is for stamping and cutting out our Nested Essential Die White Okay, so let's start from the bottom. The card base is 5.5 by 8.5. Fold that in half. Okay, and then 2 pieces of black, and these are cut to 5 by 3 and 3/4. The white piece is cut to 4 7/8 by 3 5/8. And these are the top pieces. This is the same size black, 5 by 3 3/4. Designer paper is cut to 4 7/8 by 3 5/8. And then this is for the wreath, and that is cut to 4 by 3. Okay, you ready? Here's the paper cut sizes. And I'll put them on my blog probably later today or tomorrow. And so I'll have them all typed out too, if that makes it easier. Okay, off we go. So when trying to figure out colors, I always do this. For instance, when I was trying to figure out this one, I put the colors I think would go together, which are Poppy Parade and I think that's Pumpkin Pie, and just see how they blend. So on the blue one, I put together Blueberry and Azure, and when you look at that, you could see that the one that I have lined through, that is the Blueberry Dark, Blueberry Light. Blueberry Light is very similar to Azure Dark, so why have that in the mix? My blue butterflies are 3 colors. Same with this one, Granny Apple, Lemon Lime, and Daffodil Light. These two I found to be very similar, so out goes one of them. So it's good just to test because you never know. And it's easy to test. We all have little scrap papers. Okay, so let's see. Let's do the wreath. And this is from Lifetime of Love. Look how pretty this wreath is. So I'll put that on here. Have that done. And nested essential dies are essential. I'm using the 2 smaller ones. So this one I'll put on the white paper, cut it out, and the larger one I'll put on the black paper. Have those ready to roll. So do you ever stamp on designer paper? Usually the paper is just so pretty and I wouldn't even consider stamping on it. But for some reason, this one I did, and I love the outcome. This was the first attempt where I stamped the leaves on there and colored them in with the blends. But one note, if you do that, it works out great. But the blends, this is a different quality of paper than the Stampin' Up! White paper. And it has a tendency to bleed. Also, if you wait quite a bit for the leaves to dry, when you color it with the blends, it still somewhat dissolves the ink. If I hold it up close here, you'll say, oh yeah, your lines are a little fuzzy. And I waited maybe 10 minutes. I was doing other things and they still did a little bleeding. And then down here, I might stamp the butterflies on today's project, but I probably won't color them in because they're way out of the lines. They're way out of line. Compared to when you color on the white, it acts beautifully. Just how we would expect it to. Okay, so here's, oh, I have this butterfly done. Okay, let me do that one. Here, pretend like I'm stamping on white paper. Yay! There's a die for the big butterfly, the medium, little. There's a die for everything. Yay, I love it when there's dies. Okay, so let's put some words on here. I kind of like how the words are right in the middle of this one. The other two, they don't have words on the front, which I think is fine because you don't always have to have words on the front. They have words on the inside. Oh, I like that. Let's do something like that. Maybe a different. Okay. So out here, let's do thanks. And then in here, in everything, give thanks. Okay. That's a plan. This one has lots of Stampin' on it. So on here, I'm going to do the Sketch Butterfly Thanks words. Thinking of you? Oh, thank you. Okay, hopefully I can get it straight. I only have one white nested essential die ready. I'm going to test it first because you never know. So I'm going to test it trying to line it up with the bottom of the paper right down here. That's good. Maybe the U is up a little high. I'll try one more time. That's better. So sometimes it's good just to test it so you know what to expect. I dropped the U, the letter U down just a little bit, and it worked out really well. Ah, that's good. And I know it's going off the edge a little bit, but I'm okay with that because you could still tell what it says. Okay, so this is done. Then I want to stamp on my designer paper. So if this goes, oh, that's another thing, is when I was doing this blue butterfly card, see how my wreath is a little bit more of an oval rather than a circle? I cut them. Maybe this one could be right in the middle because this one is off to the side. I like it off to the side though. I'm going to try it right in the middle. This one looks good in the middle. Okay. So we'll color that. This, I'll kind of connect it together so I don't have loose pieces everywhere. And at this point, I'm only going to do 2 dimensionals right in the middle, only because I want to tuck that wreath under the white and over the black. If I have it over the black, it really identifies it. Because if you have it right here, it's like, oh yeah, background stuff. But if you have it over the black, under the white, I think it kind of accentuates it a little. That's what I did here. I would say you could see it, but these big old butterflies are kind of getting in the way of it. But that's okay. Okay, so this can go here. That could be on top. That's centered, just so it will be for easier placement of the little side greenery. This one. Side greenery that I'm going to color in crumb. Like, what? You should color it in green. But it looks really good because it matches the paper base. Then it's kind of gold looking and it kind of blends in. It's all that understated elegance business. Okay, so right here. Good. Still kind of want to put those little baby butterflies on. Okay. Okay, so guess what Tony is doing? I should just leave it at that. Guess what he's doing now? I'll tell you. He is... he's trying to do a still. He got all these parts. He's all excited about it. And he's reading the directions, because we have wine, because we used to have a vineyard, and we have a lot of wine remaining, which is great, but it's kind of turned into different things. Not bad, but it's almost like a brandy. So he's like, I need to make that into some moonshine. I'm like, oh my gosh. And he's had this for a few years, and I keep hoping that he won't do it, or he'll forget, just because what if it blows up or something? I don't know. So he's doing it right now. That's what he's doing out there right now. If you hear a big bang, call us some 911. But the first thing they said with the pot is to do it with vinegar. I'm like, I don't know about that. Okay, I'll get back to my story here in just a minute. Stampin' is first. Stampin' comes first, and then I'll do stories. Okay, so I'm going to do these leaves in crumb cake. I'm going to just do it in crumb cake dark. I could do it in both colors. I'll do both colors on the inside. Okay, so this still. First thing is run it with vinegar, just like to clean out all the parts. And on those shows, and he watches these shows all the time, all these guys, they do it like in the wilderness, like where nobody goes, and it always has to be by a river. And I guess that's because they want the cold water. Okay, so when you're coloring, don't go over the leaves too much. Okay, I'll show you a good sample and a bad example. I have a few bad examples down here. I was trying too hard to color good. I colored good, but the paper did bad. Ah. Do you see how I colored it good, but it made the memento ink bleed and it went outside the lines, the crumb cake. Okay, so to avoid that, I should have known better. I even warned you before. I didn't listen. Just do one pass. No coloring, just swoosh of color right by the line. Okay, so in all these shows, they have the guys way out where no one will find them on a dirt road, and then they have to march back and they have to build their still, but they make a big still, nothing like what he's got. His looks more like like the big pot you're going to cook corn in, and then it has a little topper part with copper coils in it. I guess that's for the condensated mash liquor product to go up, kind of vaporize, go up into these coils, and then the cool water will make the condensation turn to a liquid, and that's what he's going to jar. So he's got like a 30-gallon thing, and he's going to get 1 gallon out of it. You know, if that's what makes him happy, he needs to give it a try. Okay, so he did the vinegar, and that was when I came out, and I was going to do some yard work, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I smell something. I want, right now, I suddenly have a wish for salt and vinegar potato chips. And of course, his hearing is going. He says, sea salt and vinegar potato chips? And I'm like, because you know you have to choose your battles. I'm like, yeah, that's what I want right now. He goes, that's because I'm cooking vinegar. This is my first run. So he did that. I'm not sure where he dumped it. But I know vinegar in a high percentage is used for, like if you want to kill off weeds or something. So I hope he did it somewhere safe. I don't know where he put it. And then he did a whole thing, a whole pot of just regular water. Okay, he got that working. Then he had to let it cool. Then when I left, and what he's doing now is he's taking the wine, because we have like barrels and cases of it, our last harvest, and he's putting that in there. He goes, well, you have to dump the first batch. I'm like, that's a lot to be dumping, and he's just dumping bottles of it in there. Oh, boys. So, we'll see how it turns out. Okay, this side is much better than that side. That side I tried too hard. Okay, so this is going to go here. This is going to go here. Isn't that pretty so far? I hope you could see how pretty that is. Roomba came out. Roomba has already been put away once. Turn off my phone. Okay, so there's that. How pretty that is. We have to color the butterfly. It's going to go up here. Oh, I like it right in the middle. These, maybe I'll just do a hint of color. What color? I don't know. Or maybe not. Maybe just leave them as a background. Or maybe I could do them either crumb cake or like the peacock. Well, let's color it first. So butterfly tummy is going to be crumb cake. And Roomba is going to go away. So the colors are peach, dark, and how should I color this? So on the outside is the dark, the inside is the light. So peach, dark is out here. Okay. Roomba's quiet. She has a lot of work to do here in my room. I have little pieces from die cutting all over the floor, like a lot of them. She hasn't been visiting too much lately. She's been doing other things. Okay, I'll hold this up here in just a minute. It's like, how are you going to get 4 colors on that one little butterfly? Well, what is that wine called when it's hot that the Germans do? Like hot mold. Like they do it at Christmas time. But it has a very distinct flavor. I wonder if that's what it's going to smell like. The wine, after being so old in the barrels, to me, it already smelled like brandy. It's like it did a little bit of changing all on its own. Or like a port. I'm like, just drink it like that. That's nice. Says the one who doesn't drink. Yeah. Okay, so this is Peach by Light. Just to kind of fill it in. And then those little remaining areas will be in Lemon Lolly. So I'm thinking the little butterflies on the designer paper, if they're colored in, it might kind of make it less elegant. Maybe just the crumb cake. Okay, so Lemon Lolly. Just do the whole thing. And then in the bottom shadows, like down here, is Lolly Dark. Okay, so there, that butterfly is done. Okay, let's see how it looks. Okay, I think the butterflies want just a hint of color. What could be, because I like how this has the pretty peacock in it, which would make the butterfly stand out more. But what's a pretty peacock? A hint lighter. Maybe Lost Lagoon. See, it's getting too colorful. Okay. Crumb cake light, just little bits of it. Oh, I could test. I have one down hiding here. That's okay. Just a little bit of color. Okay, we are good. So let's assemble this. So designer paper. Ooh, look at the other side. Yeah, I haven't been in here today yet. So designer paper onto black. Okay. Then this will go right onto the card front. Looking good. Now this is going to go kind of is real matchy-matchy. The black will go right in the middle. This black nested essential dies. These are great dies. They're good. They're essential dies. If ever you're like, what dies do I start with? These are good ones. Oh, look how nice that is. But I always love me some black and white. Okay, so this is going to go under here. Now you know why I put just 2 dimensionals on. Wonder how it would look if it was. That's kind of fun with it poking over the top. But that's where the butterfly is going to go. Let's do it that way. A little bit different. Or should I shorten it? No. Okay, so this goes underneath. That little one goes on top, that one goes on top. I'll do a little at a time. The butterfly is going to have to go somewhere else. My lovely wreath is over the top of the white. Okay, that could just dry and dry. So what about the inside? The inside, oh, I want to do those same, these things at the bottom. Right about here. I should do the words first. That could be right in the middle. Then this one. Okay, so Tony just came in with determination, purpose, and he got ice. He's dumping ice in something. Okay, that looks good. And then this one has, I like the little butterflies. Okay, little butterflies. Where's that other one? That one just has the one. Okay, so how about little butterflies? But just a few of them. See, it's getting a little bit busy, which I have a tendency to do. I think once I color it, it's going to be better. Okay, I think we're done stamping. Okay, how is this for drying? So those are in place. This is going to tuck underneath. I want that one leaf on top, and then this little leaf right over here on top. So these are the on top. So on this one, see how there's that one on top, and then this other little piece? So I'm doing the same here. And I'll stick down the rest in just a minute. Okay, where's the butterfly gonna go? Maybe right here? Well, with that being so cute, it's hard to cover it up. Because this, the wreath is kind of hidden because of the wreath stamped underneath it. I'll put it right about here. Okay, do that. Well, I'm thinking of it. Right about here. And it kind of holds down the wreath too. Okay. So these, my thank you white nested essential piece is stuck on only with 2 dimensionals. So let me get that stuck a little bit better. Then I'll stick down the rest of the wreath. Just a little bit, not all of it. So Evan and Michaela, they're having a baby. And we're working on the baby shower. We did the invites. And date is set. And she's progressing very well. Not sick, which is great. And she says, so hey, it's okay for you to say no. But I was thinking that for the baby shower, instead of going off the registry, I'd rather, we were looking at this stroller car seat combo thing. I'm like, oh, whatever you like, that's fine. I said, just let me know. She goes, well, it's a little expensive. So I was thinking maybe if you want to share the cost with someone else. She goes, I can ask like other close family members if they want to do part of that. I'm like, that's fine, okay. And then she sent a message a few minutes later. We really like this one. I'm like, okay. It's like I wasn't really catching on. So I looked it up. Guess how much it is. Where we cannot do half of it. I don't know that we should do a third of it. I mean, that's crazy expensive. And yes, it has really high ratings. $1,200 for a stroller and car seat. So I finally looked it up and I go, that's really expensive. She goes, yeah, but it has the best ratings. Like, wow, okay. So I just gave her a dollar amount that we would contribute. Because doing half of that for a stroller, I think that's a little excessive. And then later she goes, oh, I found this other one and it's got good ratings too, and it's less than half the price. I said, okay, we'll still contribute our set dollar amount. And I'm glad you found something else. It's like, I'm just going to leave it there. Because I know when I want something and somebody tries to talk me out of it, I want what I want. And I'll never do that to them. For instance, when they got their house and they wanted to put this island in, a butcher block island, they found one from IKEA. And they said, this is exactly what we want. And everyone, especially the boys, were very vocal. Oh, you could get another one for this amount. Oh, that one costs too much. And finally I said, you know what, boys? That's what they want. Don't give them what they don't want. And they love it. And we just contributed a bit rather than all of it. But at least they get what they want. So that was the same with this thing. I wasn't going to say, I don't think you should do that. Or here, get this one instead. We'll just give them money and they can do whatever they want. So I guess they're going to be getting this one. I mean, that thing should change the baby's diapers. As expensive it is, it should have an automatic changer or something on it. Anyhow, very excited for them. They're going to do another ultrasound because they did one, I think it's like 10 days ago, and little one, I guess, was not cooperating, and they couldn't see all the chambers of the heart. And the doctor says, don't worry. It's just because, see how little one keeps on being very active, which is great, but we have to see all the chambers. And we weren't able to today, so let's try again with the next appointment. So they're going to do that in about a week. So another ultrasound, but it's definitely a boy. I don't know why anyone would doubt it. It's a boy. Okay, how am I going to get 4 colors on these little butterflies? I don't know. I'll just leave a little room for the lemon lolly. Lemon lolly light. Oh, did I do this one? Pretty, pretty, pretty. So what color of these butterflies do you like best? I like the vibrant ones. I like them all. So happy Amazon knew. You know, sometimes I think my phone listens to me. Because what was it? Tony was talking about something. Oh, I know. He, how about lemon lolly dark for the little dots? Or maybe they should be in peach pie light. He listened to some, I think it was Good Morning America. And they were saying that the state of Colorado has banned a certain substance because, and it's used in different things for waterproofing. But they say that it might lead to cancer. They say, and they put it in all kinds of things. So I don't know why. Maybe they mentioned it, but he started looking at, well, what kind of pots and pans do we have? And do they have this in it? Because I guess it's used in Teflon a lot. And I said, I know we don't have Teflon because I heard before that that isn't so good for you. So I know we don't have Teflon because I bought the, oh, is this the same size? Ooh, that's a little reveal. Look how tiny that is. Yeah, I planned that. So he was like, I'm going to go out and I'm going to look for new pots and pans. I said, before you do anything, check what we have because I think it's okay. And I think we have Calphalon. So he looked that up and he goes, yeah, it's okay, but these are really showing their age. I was like, okay, if you want new pots and pans, okay. And so guess what I saw on my Amazon feed? There's no action taken. We didn't search, we didn't buy, nothing. But guess what was all over my feed for, should I do the white? Or, see, I really like these pecan pie ones. Can you see how sharp, sparkly and shimmery they are? But I don't want that to distract too much from the butterfly. I'm going to do pecan pie, 3 of them. Anyhow, that was all over in our feed. I'm like, they're listening. I think they're listening to us. Or we have, I'm not going to say her name, in the corner that we got through Amazon. And she's always ready to reorder our everyday things, including the little treats for the dog. If I just tell her, order this, she'll go back, based on your past buying, I'll put this in your cart. Or do you want to buy it now? Like, no, buy it now. Okay. I guess I'm full of stories today. So that is it for today's project. Do you like it? I think that butterfly really stands out. There it is. Whew. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day.